Yes, I know it's been 2 days since this episode aired, but I released the July 25th video on the 31st, and I was kind of busy on November 1st, so I'm talking about it now. So, Comedy Central moved the air date of season 28, episode 2 of South Park from the normal Wednesday 9 p.m. slot, 9 p.m. Central Time, where I am, to 9 p.m. Central Time on October 31st, as it is a Halloween episode. And it is a lot. So let's talk about it. So the episode basically starts with it's basically showing us like what are the Marshes doing now that the Tegrity saga has ended, and they are living in a retirement home, specifically the one that Stan's grandpa lives in. So this is kind of funny. Basically Stan's with like Kyle and Kenny, and he's basically like, guys, South Park kind of sucks now, and he's basically saying like it's been overruled with the political stuff, and there's nothing involving the boys anymore, which is hilarious because they are basically taking shots at themselves with this. Because there are a lot of people this season and the previous who have you know stopped watching because they think the political stuff has ruined it. I personally think it's funny, but I do wish we got more stories where it's like just the boys doing random stuff, kind of like pretty much the entirety of the show except like seasons 20 and 21 leading up to this. So basically, this is like an organization like called South Park Sucks Now. In the photo I'm using, you can see Kenny like holding up a sign for it, and like they do like one of those like company like commercials for it, and they do the little thing at the end where like it's the disclaimer just like sped up. It's pretty funny. We even get to see the great return of Kyle's cousin Kyle from the season 5 episode The Entity, who has appeared a few times since, like in The Losing Edge and some others. It's kind of cool to see him make a return in this one. So you're probably wondering, if you haven't already seen this episode, what is the ridiculous Trump plotline this week? Basically, this is where the Halloween stuff comes in. He's dealing with like this entity in the White House, and the entity is the woman in the hat, aka his wife. Oh my god. Um, you have no idea how hard I laughed when this episode first aired. It was gold. It's peak comedy. So basically they take shots at Pan Bondi. Yeah, it was Pan Bondi. It is hilarious. I love whenever like she's complimenting Trump, like poop basically appears in her nose. This show, man, they're just the plot lines this year have been just so out of. I mean, like to be fair, like the majority of the show's plot lines are out of whack, but especially seasons 27 and 28. So yeah, it is funny. So I think that's all I have to say. Thank you once again for tuning in to a random person rambling about a adult comedy that's been around for 28 years for 5 minutes straight. Yeah, thank you for doing that. And to think of a proper way to close these out, subscribe, I guess.